I have been researching all freaking week, trying to get the best players for you heading into week 8. In this episode, we're going to run down the top 10 waiver wire targets you need to focus on to win your matchup in fantasy basketball. We believe every NBA fan should play fantasy basketball. The first player we want to talk about is not being discussed as much as we would like to see. From the Sacramento Kings, Maxim Reo. Your man has been cooking with hot bacon grease. He is a rookie, second-round guy. You probably have not heard about him. If you have, you are an absolute sicko, and that's why we get along so well. But check this out. He got his first start recently, and he's been putting on for the city. Against Houston on December 3rd, he had 25 points. Let that sink in. He also added 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and there's more, 1 block. Your man has actually at least put up 1 block in his last 4 games. He's also been on a tear on the glass as well. In his game against Miami on the 6th, he had 12 points and 10 rebounds, notching a double-double. Right now, he is the best center that the Sacramento Kings can put on the floor, right? And I don't think they're in a position where they're like, hey, let's see if we can make a push to get that championship this year, right? They are on the verge of blowing this thing up. And in those type of scenarios, teams often test what they have on their roster, especially when it comes to young players. So if you are in a deeper dynasty league format, if you're in a deeper like 14 team league, 16 team league for points or categories, might be a player that you want to pay attention to, because as we get closer to the trade deadline, the Sacramento Kings might not look the same way. And players like your man Maxime might be able to take advantage of the opportunity. From the Boston Celtics, Jordan Walsh. Your man is doing his best Jason Tatum impersonation right now. He is out here trying to cook up for the city. In his recent 4-game heater, he's averaging 15 points a game. Yes, 7 rebounds. Come on, 2 assists, but check this out. 1.5 steals per game. And there's more. 1.3 blocks per game. And you know what we like to say around here. Top is off, boobies is out, hair blowing in the freaking wind. Your man is cooking it up. If you're new around here, welcome to the Believe in Fantasy Basketball podcast, powered by FanDuel and the good folks at the Believe Network. I'm your host, Robin Marks. I used to work for NBC Roto World, #basketball, and I'm a member of the Fantasy Sports Writers Association. But guess what? Now I work for you. From the Golden State Warriors, Pat Spencer. Now I get it. Pat Spencer is not the sexiest name for fantasy basketball. I'm with you there. But the numbers just don't lie. Your man has put up, over the last 3 games, 16 points per game. So if you're in a points league, that's just value off the board. And if you're in a category league, maybe you need the points as well, but there is more. He's also put up 6 or more assists in 2 of those 3 games. Let that sink in. So if you need assists, this is the type of guy that might be able to put on when you need him at any given night. Also, he's taking advantage of the fact that the babyface assassin Steph Curry is out. So this is a short-term play. I would add and drop as needed, but I would give him a look as you go into this next week. Since we talk about Pat, you know we got to talk about Cam Spencer, who is really having a good run over the last few games. In the last 7 days, he's averaging 23.8 minutes per game. Yes, 15.3 points. Come on. 2 rebounds, but check this out, 5.3 assists. Let's see, speaking my language, but there's more. He's also chipping in 1.3 steals per game. Now I get it. Just like Pat Spencer, Cam Spencer is not a sexy fantasy basketball name. But while Ja Morant is out, look for him to have some short-term value. From the Chicago Bulls, Buzelis. Now, this is a guy that I drafted. This is a guy that I was high on during draft season, and he came out the gate as slow as a daggone sloth. I was like, bye-bye. He went to the waiver wire, grabbed him a couple of times, but recently he's starting to warm up a little bit, y'all. So this is an opportunity to grab, hold, see how he does over the next couple of games, and maybe just ride it out game to game to see if he will be a long-term hold. Over the last 7 days, Matas is averaging 30 minutes per game. But on the season, he's averaging 28.2. So he's getting the minutes anyway. He just hasn't been able to produce. But look at this. Over the last 7, he's producing 15.5 points per game, 6.3 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and check this out, 1.5 steals per game. And there's more, 1.3 blocks per game. And you know what we say, when fantasy basketball players can get those defensive stats, it just gives them value on another level. So for that reason, I am checking for my man, Matas Buzelis. Now, this name is not a name that I'm really excited about, but the numbers don't lie, and he should be on someone's roster in your league. From the Portland Trailblazers, no matter how hard it is to say or how much it pains me, Jerami Grant. I got to do right by you. Even if it's something that I'm not interested in, even if it's something that makes me throw up a little bit in my mouth, Jerami Grant is really producing lately. And I can't stress that enough, that it's lately. But he might be someone that we want to consider holding long-term. Yeah, I said long-term. It sucks. Check this out. Over the last 7, he's averaging 33 minutes per game. Can't deny that. 20 points per game. Come on. 5.2 rebounds, which is up from his season average of 3.9, 3.4 assists, which is also up from his season average, and 1.4 blocks per game. He should not be on anybody's waiver wire right now. He's only rostered in 55.4% of ESPN leagues. I hate to say it, but grab yourself some Jerami Grant. From the Pelicans, Jeremiah Fears. We've talked about Jeremiah in the offseason. We were telling you he's one of the rookies that you want to take a look at. We also featured him in a couple of waiver wire episodes, probably 1 or 2 already. We have to run it down again because he's only rostered in 25.8% of ESPN leagues, and he's widely available. Over the last 7 days, averaging 32 minutes per game, 19 points per game, y'all. On a season, he's averaging 15.8. So he's in that, that top rookie class right now, right? Also 3.5 rebounds, which for a guard is nothing to sneeze at. But check this out, 4.8 assists and 1 steal per game. So if Fears is on your waiver wire and you need to fill a slot, definitely somebody you might want to consider rostering this week. I don't know if he's going to be a long-term hold. It really depends on what happens. But while he's producing, I would definitely grab and hold and just go game to game. Now, we talked about this brother last week, and I believe at the time I said, hey, I'm not sure what's going to happen with him. He's worth an ad. People are talking about him, but just pay attention. I am throwing that out of the window. I had an opportunity to watch a man. Also, big shout out to my man, Ethan, the advisor Clayton, and the Your Mavs podcast, because they covered Ryan Nimhard, and my eyes are wide open and my heart is open. And I'm just totally committed to rostering this man and just seeing how it goes. If you are in a 12-teamer, get this dude on a roster. 10-teamer, same thing. If you in 8s, might be hard to roster him, especially if you're trying to stream. Anything beyond 12, we got to have him on the roster. Your man is absolutely baking the daggone turkey. Check this out. Over the last 7 days, he's averaging 29 minutes per game, up from his 18.6 minute per game average on the season. Over the last 7, averaging 16 points a game, 3 rebounds, but check this out. 8.5 assists per game. Come on, ma. Where they do that at? Your man is only rostered in 19.3% of ESPN leagues. What are we doing? We got to get Ryan Nimhard on our rosters. And speaking of having players on your rosters, if you are in a category league and you are trying to fight for steals, Kase Wallace from the OKC Thunder needs to be on somebody's roster. When I tell you, your man was leading the league in steals for most of the season. He recently got surpassed by Dyson Daniels by 0.1 points, right? So Dyson Daniels at the time of recording this is averaging 2.2 steals per game, while Kase Wallace is averaging 2.1. Your man is making a push to maybe be in that defensive player of the year category. He is just like a daggone thief. Like we talk about the theft merchant. Your man is up there in that category. Over the last 7 days, your man is averaging 2 steals a game, 6 points, 3.5 rebounds. Not as exciting, but check this out. He has had some decent scoring games. On the 5th against Dallas, he scored 11 points. On the 28th of November, he played 32 minutes and had 14 points. So you will get some decent scoring from him on some nights, but that's not what you're signing up for. What you're signing up for are the steals. So on the 2nd of December, he had 2 steals. On the 7th of December against Utah, he had 4 steals. 4 freaking steals. Get Kase Wallace on your roster. For points leagues, drop and go is necessary. But if you are fighting or you want to dominate in steals for a category league, I would just hold and just ride it out. From the Phoenix Suns, Jamari Bouet. Now check it out. First of all, I just wanted to say his name, right? Like I just wanted to say his name in the spirit of my man Stuart Scott, Bouet, right? But your man has been cooking. Over the last 7 days, 20 minutes per game, 12.5 points. Come on, 1.5 steals and 3 assists. But check this out, 2 steals per game. Yo, your man is just really taking advantage of the Devin Booker injury. This, I believe, will be a short-term ad. I don't think this is something that is season long, but pay attention, see how he progresses, because that backcourt is still kind of evolving game to game. So for that reason, I would give him an ad. Okay, I have a confession. I have 10 more players that I want to share with you. But before that, I want to invite you to join our free community. All you have to do is visit BelieveInFantasy.com. We have over 2,000 fantasy basketball sickos in our Discord community. All you have to do is ask your questions, connect with our experts. We got my man D-Mac in there. We got, my man Ant Tech in that piece. We just got all of these brilliant fantasy basketball minds. My man Matty G is in the building. Come on. We just got all of these intelligent fantasy basketball masterminds there to support you. And also, it will grant you access to our free newsletter with over 5,000 subscribers. We are giving you content every single week. And bigger than that, if you go to the Substack platform, you can actually check in with us on the chat if you want to get more direct contact with us by becoming an MVP member. But all of that information is at BelieveInFantasy.com. Remember, it's free to join, and we'd love to see you in the community. And now, for the first time this season, we're going to run down our world-renowned rapid-fire waiver wire. Let's get into it. First player, Bruce Brown. Yes. Cedric Coward. He broke my heart a little bit here and there, but I'll consider adding him. Tim Hardaway Jr., maybe. Miles Deuce McBride, yes. Justin Champagnie, I talked about him last week. You know how I feel about him. Absolutely emphatic, yes. Goga Badedze, maybe. Jose Alvarado, maybe. Danny Wolf, maybe. Kyle Kuzma, yes, I guess we have to. Come on, man. Ugh. Anthony Black, maybe. Now that you know which players to add off the waiver wire, check out our episode about the top 50 fantasy basketball players.